Okay, so today's topic is RH system. So after the ABO blood grouping system, this is one of ABO. The first one is ABO. That is how to find out there are blood groups of type A, type B, O, and AB. These are the types of blood groups that are seen. This is a blood grouping system ABO. So after ABO, if there is another blood grouping system, that is RH system, that is known as RH system. What is this RH system or RH blood grouping system? It is a RH factor. We can call it as a factor. There is a RH factor on the basis of which this system is studied. So the RH system includes this RH factor. On the basis of this RH factors, what is this RH stands for? This RH stands for rhesus. Rhesus, which is a common monkey. Why it is named on the uh, basis of this rhesus, a common monkey? Why is this taken? Because it was first discovered in rhesus monkey only. The RBCs of rhesus monkey was taken, and like during research or to find out new things, the RBCs of rhesus monkey was taken and it was injected in pigs, guinea pigs, and rabbits. So the pigs and rabbits in which the RBCs of the rhesus monkey was injected, they showed a reaction where there were antibodies generated against the RBCs. So there might have been some antigens that might have been present on the surface of the RBCs of rhesus monkey, in response to which there were antibodies that were generated against this. These antibodies were again further studied. They were shown to react with the RBCs of humans as well. So if they were reacting with the RBCs of humans as well, that means they are showing some kind of a reaction. These antibodies are showing some kind of a reaction. There are antigens in response to which there are antibodies which are being generated and which are killing these cells, and that is why there is a clot that is seen, or we can say there is a agglutination reaction. Like if we observe, there is a reaction to find out the blood types during blood transfusion. We have to find out. So how do we get to see that? By doing these reactions, by taking the blood of one type and then putting the antibody of another type. If there is if, if there is a reaction, positive reaction or a negative reaction, if there is a clot being seen or a reaction being seen, then we can say that, then we can conclude that what type of blood group it is. So that means here when the RBCs of rhesus monkey were taken, there were some antibodies which are generated. So then this factor which was discovered, against which we got these antigens, this factor which was discovered, these antigens which were discovered, it was named as the RH factor on the basis of the common monkey in which this was discovered. This factor was discovered, so it was named as the RH factor. Now, like during blood transfusions in ABO blood group, before carrying out the transfusion, in case if a person needs a certain type of a blood, it is not done just directly taken from one person's body and transfused into another person's body. The blood is first tested for which type of blood group it is, because there should be a certain kind of compatibility so that the body doesn't react to the RBCs that have been injected. So the body is reacting to it. There are already antibodies present against it. Then the cells would be killed inside the person's body, and it could be very dangerous condition. So this is not supposed to happen. That's why there are compatibility tests which are done. The same way, even in RH system as well, there are there is RH positive depending on the presence of RH factor, and there is RH negative in case if the RH factor is absent. So here also there are compatibility tests which are done to find out whether the blood group is RH positive or negative. So here let's study in detail that how is this. Here also the same kind of a case, but little bit different. If suppose a person has been transfused with RH positive blood, there is a RH negative person. In the first time, the body won't react immediately. Obviously, it will try to generate antibodies against it, but it is just becoming aware. It takes little bit time to generate the antibody, so it won't harm the person. Right now, it is not going to harm the person. But suppose if the same person has been now, in the first case, there was no reaction, But now, second time, if again the person has been given Rh positive blood, now the body is already aware. The body has sensed, the body has become aware, or we can call it as sensitized. The body has become aware, the body has become sensitized, become sensitive, that there were some cells which were injected, came across before also. There were antibodies. These are the antibodies that will work against these cells. Now these antibodies will attack these Rh positive RBCs, and this condition would be dangerous condition in the person's body. Obviously, now it will try to kill the cell, which is not good to kill the cells present in your own body. So it will not be good. It is a kind of like a allergy, like people are allergic to certain conditions or chemicals or substances. Why? Because the person is sensitive, the person starts reacting, the body, the kind of substance that is showing allergy, it is not suiting the person's body, so it is showing a kind of a negative reaction, negative result in response to that substance. So we can say that it's a kind of an allergic reaction which we can over here, see over here. Then, but what is this actually RH factor that we are keep calling again and again, RH factor, RH factor? This RH factor is nothing but a kind of a protein. Protein means the antigen. It is a kind of an antigen which is present on RBCs, which is nothing but the composition of this antigen is of a protein. Like we have protein, we have carbohydrates, we have amino acids, all these different biomolecules. This is a kind of an antigen. This RH factor is nothing but a kind of antigen which is a protein which is present on the surface of the RBCs. Surface of the RBCs. Like in case of A, B, AB, O blood group, we have different antigens present on the body, and then we call it as a particular blood group. The same way over here also for RH factor as well. There is a certain kind of antigen which is present, which is a protein. Then it is called as RH factor. Depending on the presence of this antigen, the person is known as Rh positive, like you can see here in the diagram. Rh positive if the antigen is present. If it is absent, you're like you can see there is no antigen present over here. You can call it as Rh negative. So this is what is Rh factor. Rh factor in pregnancy. Rh factor in pregnancy, like I explained you about the transfusion reaction of Rh system. What kind of reaction? It's the same thing, but here we will be studying in case of pregnant women. So in case of pregnant women, there is suppose there is a Rh negative mother, Rh negative mother uh, who is carrying a child who is Rh positive in a uterus. She's having a Rh positive child in a uterus, in a womb, in a womb. So how is this possible if the mother is Rh negative and the child is Rh positive? It might have been that her husband might have been Rh positive, and that is from where the child has inherited this Rh positivity. Okay, that is one thing. Now coming to the next thing. So now in the first child, during the first child, it would be mostly normal. He won't face any kind of a problem because right now the mother's body will start sensing it, start sensing there is some cells which are not similar to my body cell. What kind of cells are these? Because it is having some different kind of molecules, so it is sensing it that there are some antigens. There is this it is Rh positive blood, the mother's body is Rh negative. Right now it hasn't crossed the placenta, or the antibodies haven't yet been generated, but still the mother's body is becoming slowly it is becoming aware about it, about these kind of cells. So the first child might not have that problem, but the mother's body is becoming, it is becoming sensitized. The immune system is coming across these cells. It is, it will be showing a certain kind of a reaction. It will try to generate those antibodies, but yet it is not leading to any kind of problem. But suppose now the during the second pregnancy, if it has taken place very soon within a short time period, the second pregnancy is taking place, or that there is second child again in the womb, the mother has conceived soon. This during the second child, it could be problematic. it could lead to death of the fetus or abortion. Because why? Because now the antibodies are already ready to attack. Now these antibodies which were generated against the Rh positive cell will directly go and react with it. During the first case, they hadn't crossed the placenta, the RBCs of the child. The child, they hadn't crossed the placenta, but here now in the second case, they have easily crossed the placenta. They have come in a contact with it. Now, here it will start killing the RBCs of the RBCs of the child would be attacked, and this would be a fatal condition or a dangerous condition for the fetus. This condition is also named as, there is a condition known as, we can name this condition actually in a medical, giving it a proper name. It is known as it's not erythro, so studied in a very like high level. It's like an extra inflammation, erythroblastosis fetalis. Erythroblastosis fetalis. This is the name of the condition. It is also known as hemolytic anemia. Hemolytic anemia, why? Because it is killing the RBCs. It is actually causing the lysis of the RBC. So it is known as hemolytic anemia, or sorry, hemolytic anemia of newborn. The newborn. It is known as this condition. So here you can see the baby is Rh positive. The mother was Rh negative. So the first born infants are often not affected if the mother is not having any history of any kind of miscarriage or abortions. Then the firstborn infant is not going to be harmed if even if it is a Rh positive baby and the mother is Rh negative. So now during this time period, the immune system is getting sensitized, and it takes long time for the mother to develop the antibodies. So I hope you understood this topic. Thank you.